Hello Model A'ers, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we'll be working on a very special 1931 Coupe, and we'll be replacing the fuel gauge on it. It has a bad float, so we're going to do that. I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so the first thing we need to do before we take out the old gas gauge is drain some of the fuel. So we're going to loosen the fuel line screw on the carburetor, and we have a little container down here to catch any fuel. Okay, and now we are going to turn on the gas gauge. So my assistant will do that. And then we're just gonna empty some of this fuel. Okay, we drained about 2 gallons of gas. So we're just gonna tighten the fitting again. And then we will take out the gas gauge. Okay, now that we have drained some of gas, since we're going to be taking the dash panel off, remove your fuse, or if you don't have a fuse, disconnect your battery. But I highly suggest getting one of these fuse kits. It's really a great safety feature for a Model A. So let's get the dash panel off now. So the first thing that we need to do is unscrew the 4 screws that are on the dash panel. Now this one actually only has 3 screws, but it doesn't matter. You just need to unscrew the screws. So now with your special gas gauge wrench, you are going to loosen the outer nut from the gas gauge assembly. Now there's 2 different types of wrenches that you can get from the Model A suppliers. I recommend this one is the cast aluminum type, and it tends to slip. So there's also a steel wrench that is much better quality and a lot easier. So then with your star portion of the wrench, you're going to loosen the inner nut of the gas gauge. And once you do that, the thing should be free. So now you're just going to carefully work it around your filler screen if you have one, and voila, the gas gauge is out. So here is the gas gauge kit that you can get from many Model A part suppliers. You can see that it has the neoprene float that is supposed to be gasoline resistant. And here are the gaskets. Now, they give you rubber and cork. I prefer the cork gaskets. I just think they work better. So the first thing that you do is you put in your gasket. Make sure that it is nice and seated. And then you're going to, once that's in, you're going to insert the gas gauge. And remember, you have to kind of fish it through around the spark arrestor if you have that. And then on top of that, you will put the rim nut, and then you'll use your tool to hold that in place. Again, you're going to use your 2 tools and make sure that these, both the inner and the outer nut, are pretty tight. You don't want these gas to leak through when it's full. Now the final part, and the most frustrating and difficult part is trying to get the gauge part, the readout, to be level. So it's just going to take a lot of tightening and loosening to kind of finagle the position of the gauge. Um, and that's why I like the other wrench better, because it has a pin in it. So you know, okay, well, this is the top part of the gauge, and then you can just tighten around it. But we made do, and now you will see how straight it is. Now it's time to put the dash panel back on. Since this one has the dash light that is mounted externally, you have to be careful of the wire not to screw into it. And then again, you have to kind of fuss with it. The dash panel can be a bit of a pain to put on. And there you go, a nice functioning shiny gas gauge. So that's how you put a gas gauge in a Ford Model A. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.